Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear respected brothers, sisters, and friends, welcome to the Riba Series. It brings me great pleasure to introduce a series focused on riba, focused on dismantling riba, focused on raising awareness on what is riba all about. In this very series, we'll be discussing several things, and this series will be composed of multiple episodes. We'll be discussing the linguistics of riba, the history of riba, the Quranic warnings against riba, the Hadith warnings against riba, the different types of riba, the explanation of the Hadith on riba, understanding what Riba al-Fadhl is, Riba al-Nasi'ah, looking at the Islamic philosophy of money, the ethical arguments against riba, the legal arguments against riba, the economic arguments against riba. Answering the question, putting everything that we've addressed and presented, then what is riba? Is riba simply 1% APR on a loan? Or is riba something more than that? Where does riba originate from? Is it purely a financial transaction, or does riba develop somewhere else? Is riba more to do with behavior? Is riba a financial transaction? Is riba something which is limited to the markets? We'll also speak on that. Then we'll speak about how do we escape riba. And we'll talk about the legal devices that are used. And we'll talk about whether they are suitable or not suitable. We'll talk about commodity murabaha. Is this something which we should be doing or should not be doing? And if it is being done, why is it being done? And what are the controls to make sure it's done properly? And when should we move away from commodity murabaha? And then finally, the strategy to eliminate riba. How do we as a community, as a global community, work together to eliminate riba? The Riba series will be covering all these different things. Stay tuned. To end off this launch and this announcement, I just want to present two amazing quotes from the companions of the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said, Sayyidina Ali, he said, whoever trades before studying and learning the fiqh of commerce will eventually fall into riba. Okay. This is a huge warning, a stark warning for everyone, that if we engage in trading, in business, the environment is such that you're naturally exposed to things which are non-compliant. Slowly but surely, if you don't learn, if we don't study, if we don't understand the transactions, we can be exposed to some form of riba. Because riba is not only about borrowing money, right? There's different forms of riba and different types of riba. So if we don't know all these different forms of riba and how riba can surface and manifest, we can be exposed to riba and be entangled in riba. So this is a very clear warning that number one, we must study and learn what is riba. And the second and final quote I just want to share with you is by none other than Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, who said, only those who have studied and learned the fiqh of transactions should trade in our markets, or else they will eventually consume riba. It is said and narrated that he would walk around and he would check with regards to who in the market is trading, how are they trading, who is very particular. And so he would go and do some kind of investigation that are people's trade being executed in a manner which is Sharia compliant. So he had put on the very first form of governance and control is education. Learn what riba is to save yourself from riba. Stay tuned, inshallah. We'll be speaking and learning and discussing riba in detail. Subscribe to this channel to learn more about riba. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.